Well, here we are again, running down Route 80. It's about 3 in the morning, heading towards Fort Wayne, Indiana. In about a 60,000 pound Elliott crane slash bucket basket truck. Doesn't have a bucket on it, it's got a big basket. I already showed it to you. And I did one chapter on Allison transmission. I wanted to apologize because that squeak that you hear in the background is the dadgum seat. Now, nothing irritates me more than just an aggravating little noise that you can't get rid of. I have grounded this seat with WD-40 3 times and cannot get the squeak out of it. I usually use white lithium grease, but I'm all out of it. It's a little stickier and it stays in there, kind of goes in the crack. I'm going to let the air out of the seat for you so you don't have that aggravating noise, but the seat is so low I look like a third grader driving a tractor trailer. I want to talk to you about getting paid on this job, because I know you got to wonder, how the hell do I make my money out of all this mess? Well, I work for 3 different companies, and all 3 of them happen to, just by chance, deal with ComData. ComData is a commercial debit card. If the money's not on there, you cannot spend it. So all your truck stops, that's the disadvantage. The advantage is, if the money's on there, even thousands of dollars, if that truck stop has that amount of money on there, they'll give you that in cash right there on the spot. It's good for them because if they were to get robbed for any reason and the money's on their cash is given out in ComData, it's all on electronic. They don't have so much money on hand, you've got it in your pocket. So all 3 of the companies I work for each have a separate ComData account. So I have 3 different ComData cards. There's I think it's a 9-digit number for each card. You can call that up and you can check your balance anytime. All 3 companies on mine, 2 of them started out at 50% down, 50% upon completion of paperwork. That does not work. You cannot put fuel in here plus buy food and pay the mortgage and buy groceries on 50% down, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. So all 3 of my companies, I've asked them or forced them to give me 3/4 down balance upon completion, which one company, that's all just pennies. It's not anything, because they'll pretty much rob you blind as they can on the back side the last quarter. But say that you got, just for giggles, a $100 job. Now, realistic, it's going to be a $3,000 job or so. Anyway, let's just say that you got a $100 job. $75 is going to be posted to your debit card the minute you touch that vehicle. Now, 2 of the companies I work for, that money is there at the top of the next hour. So if it's 9:45, at 10 o'clock you'll have the money. If it's 1 minute after 10, you will not have the money till 11 o'clock, but you will have the $75 that's going to take to get that down the road. Realistically, if it's a $3,000 job, you're going to have $2,000 on there. Anyway, or so, whatever, 3/4. Now, some companies, if it's a big enough job like to Alaska, or it ends up a lot of money, they'll give you $1,000 to start, and then after a couple of days they'll give you another $1,000, and that's from experience from drivers either stealing the money or running away with it or whatever. So that's all the driver's fault. But they'll give you the other company will give you the whole amount, only because they know that I'll get it there and they can take it out of my account. And they'll all tell you, once it's on that ComData on the account, they cannot touch it and get it off. That's a lie. It's a bold-faced lie. They can take money off as easily as they can put it on, but they'll tell you all day long they can't touch it. That's not true. So I try to keep my ComData cards as empty as possible, and I spend cash whenever I can at the truck stops because I don't trust electronic thieves either. And I leave just enough fuel on there to get the truck down the road at a truck stop, because you want to figure out what truck line you want to use at truck stops, because you get free showers and food with credit. After you build up so much credit for fuel, you'll get free showers and free meals at times and free junk, whatever you're going to buy, wires or lights or anything else. So all three of my ComDatas, now they prefer on that last quarter to direct deposit into your checking account. With me, I have a difficult time keeping the three companies straight, so I have all three companies put my last quarter of the payment when my paperwork's all done, and they've robbed everything they can off of you. Whatever's left, I have them put that on the ComData also. So I kind of keep track of which company I'm working for or with. And you don't have to do that, but I think it's a great idea. Now, there are people out here that run strictly off credit cards, and once a month they cash in their ComData to pay those credit cards off. I'm not real reliable on credit cards, and I don't keep track of them, and I end up getting in trouble all the time. So I just go strictly job to job. And two of the companies pay you immediately on top of the hour. The third company doesn't pay you until 5 or 6 o'clock at night. If you pick the truck up early in the morning, you can be hurt trying to put $200 or $300 in fuel in it and drive it all day before you can get paid that ComData. It is a royal pain in the butt. But this company happens to pay 25% more than anybody else on the total end. So it's actually, worth it in the long run waiting for the ComData. And sometimes the pricks will not even give you ComData that day, forget you, and then not give you ComData until 6 o'clock the next night, which puts you sitting in a truck stop, sitting on your thumb, and with no money. So I just stop the truck, take a nap, call them and tell them, hey, I'm out of fuel, I'm out of money. You want to move this truck? You got to send me some ComData. So you live by ComData out here on the road. If you can live on credit cards, that's fine, but I'm just not savvy enough to control them. Because those credit cards that you get money back for all the cash you spend, a lot of drivers swear by that and never use the ComData. Do whatever you want, but just understand that's where you get your money. Whatever's left over after expenses on that ComData, that's your profit. And if you screwed up in some way and got lost and had to go twice the distance or took the wrong truck, that money on ComData ain't going to come close to covering your mistake. Because some of these loads out here, if you don't do it correctly, it can cost you money to complete that agreement or contract, moving it from point A to point B, because you realistically are responsible for that unit until you get it to point B. So whatever happens, pretty much, you're responsible. Now, I promised you a story from New Jersey. Let me see if I have enough time to do that for you. You see, the bill of lading, realistically, I've got enough time. The bill of lading is a piece of paper that you have to have in hand when you're moving stuff down the road. And the bill of lading, when you sign it, you literally, that's your truck or RV until you get it to point B and some other fool signs it to get the liability off and you're behind. Now, here's where the problem comes in. I'm coming out of the factory in Elkhart, Indiana, with a disgruntled customer's repaired unit, and it had so many repairs it had to go back to the factory to actually be worked on because the dealer could not handle the amount of things that were wrong with it. So I didn't have anything else to do, and I thought, well, I'll take this one to New Jersey, and that'll put me over where there's some electric company trucks moving, in New York City or Long Island. So I sign on to take this RV. It looks brand new to me. It's back to New Jersey. It was Ocean City, New Jersey. Anyway, I take it back. Get there, it's a Friday night, about 4:30. The traffic, tourist and working traffic, start to pick up. I end up at this beautiful house, but it's on a side hill coming straight down into the road with absolutely drop-dead gorgeous stone fences and this big stone gate. Now, I get there, and this short, little, hairy, smelly, greasy New Jersey guy comes out, and you're responsible to get it to the mailbox. You're not responsible to put it on the property. If it says 2230 Seashore Drive, that's where you're responsible for that unit. Now, the little hairy guy comes out and says, yeah, well, I want to inspect the unit, and I'm going to take it to my mechanic. So why don't you come back Monday, and I'll sign your paper. And I said, sir, I've got 2 more trucks to move this weekend. I need you to either sign this, or that'll prove it, you accepting it, and I'll be out of your hair. If you deny, I'll take the unit back, and I'll be out of your hair too. And he says, what do you mean take it back? Well, if you're not going to sign for it, the unit is still mine until you sign for it. So I'm going to go stage this somewhere out of sight, and I'll get it back to you probably Wednesday or Thursday of next week when I get done running these other trucks. And he says, you can't do that, you're deserting it. And I said, no sir, I'm staging it because you don't accept it. I need my mechanic to go over this, and I'm not signing that damn thing till he does. And I said, okay, fine, give him a call and make an appointment for Thursday. I pretty much will have it back by then. No, damn it, I want to go this weekend and travel in it. I want it right now. I said, well, you can't travel in it and then without inspecting it and signing this bill of lading, because I'm responsible for any damage you might do. And he says, well, what happens if they didn't fix everything? I says, that's between you and the factory. I'm just the driver. Well, he says, I'm not signing it till you back it up this hill off the main road into that carport that I built to put it under to keep it out of the sun. It's a good third of a city block up this hill with a stone wall that the house is built on. That's part of the foundation. Beautiful stone wall. And I said, sir, I've never backed a unit up before. Remember, I told you the rule, don't ever back a unit up. So I tell him, I've never backed one up before, but if you sign the bill of lading, I'm more than happy to try to back that up into that carport, but I'm not responsible for the damage you're going to be once you sign this bill of lading. And I says, and you're going to have to get out there and stop traffic. And he says, I ain't going out there. That's a 50-mile-an-hour street, and they'll run you over. And I said, well, I can't back it in if somebody doesn't stop traffic. And it was on a curve to boot. The cars were screaming around this corner. So he says, well, you're impossible to work with. And I said, no, sir, I'm just a driver on the low end of the food chain. You either right now accept the load or you deny. If you deny, I'll be back Thursday. If you accept it, sign it, the unit stays right here, and I'm going to disappear. And he says, oh, give me the goddamn thing. He takes it and signs it, pissed off, jumps in the unit, pulls out into traffic, does not get hit. The traffic actually stops, which was a miracle in itself. He swings around and starts to back that up the driveway and runs slam into that stone fence. It actually took one of the doors right off the side and just messed up that whole passenger side. You remember I was telling you the passenger side's the weak side of your unit? And the son is standing there and he's just roaring, laughing. He says, you know, this is how he damaged it and it had to go back to the factory last time. He ran that thing up that stone wall and into the thing, and About that time, I was gone. Don't know what happened after that, but I don't care. So get your bill of lading signed and get your butt out of there. Also, while I have you here, make sure that when you deliver a unit, everything worked perfectly. Don't tell anybody. You have no friends out here, so don't tell them that it ran rough, it stalled, the lights flickered, whatever, the doors didn't work or whatever. Everything was fine. Just get it signed and get the hell out of sight. More Film at 11.